Okay. So sometimes what I'm writing on the board, if it is not going out of the camera view, please let me know, online people especially. Okay. So yesterday we were discussing about coplanarity vectors, and I also said in the beginning few points may be little confusing. Okay, as we do questions, it will be clear. So don't get upset. Right from day one, vector algebra I'm not understanding. Okay, now vector algebra is very easy. Few parts only will be in the beginning little confusing. When we do questions and come back and we will be able to follow it. Okay. Uh, yeah. So what are the different points that I made? Any two vectors, okay, if they lie in a plane, they are called coplanar vectors. Okay. So if vectors can be moved parallelly anywhere in the space as long as they have same magnitude and direction. Okay. So if two vectors are parallel, and I also made this statement that any two vectors are always coplanar. I made this statement, right? You take any two vectors, they are always coplanar. I even gave the example that if one vector is like this, one vector is like this, you may not see where is the plane containing these two. But this vector I can move it here, same size, same direction. Now we can see they are all in one plane, right? Okay. So any two vectors are always in one plane. Three vectors may not be in one plane. Let us say these are the two vectors. You can see they are in one plane. Okay. And the third one is like this. Even if you move it to either way you want, wherever you put it, it is not possible to make them into parallel. In fact, let's say I join to this. These two are in one plane and this is in some other plane. So three vectors may or may not be coplanar. For example, two vectors are like this and third vector is here. Maybe if I move it here, they can be in one plane. Maybe, may not be. All right. Okay. So, okay, that is the first point. Any two vectors are always coplanar. The second point that I made is, if you know two vectors in a plane, A bar and B bar, okay, anywhere, any other vector in this plane can be written as a linear combination of A and B. If this is C bar and C bar is coplanar with A and B, definitely we can write C bar as some number into A bar, some number into B bar. Okay. You can write, you can find the real numbers lambda and mu such that C bar equal to lambda A bar plus mu B bar. Same point can be expressed another way as, you can write LA bar plus MB bar plus NC bar equal to 0 bar. If three vectors are coplanar, some number into A bar, some number into B bar, some number into C bar will be 0 bar. It is possible to find those numbers such a way that, not that all of them are 0. Okay, among L M N, one or two of them may be 0, but it is not that L M N all are 0. Because if all are 0, this coplanarity condition is not required. 0 into A bar plus 0 into B bar plus 0 into C bar is 0 bar. It is true for all. You take any three vectors in the space, they are coplanar, not coplanar, not an issue, right? But if they are coplanar, not only in 0 numbers, non-zero numbers also will be there. Okay, so that's the main difference. So this statement and this statement are same. Only thing here you should say is L, M, N. All three are not simultaneously 0. When all three are simultaneously 0, there is no compulsory condition that AB should be coplanar. All right. So if somebody says A bar, B bar, C bar are not coplanar, they are not in one plane, but still they are able to write one number into A bar, one number into B bar, one number into C bar equal to 0 bar. Okay. When that is possible, they are not coplanar, but still you are able to write like this. When that is possible? When all these numbers must be 0. That's the only way to find a linear relationship between non-coplanar vectors. Okay, now coming to the questions, they may give A bar equal to 3i plus 4j plus 7k and B bar equal to some 2i minus 9j plus 4k and C bar equal to I plus 3j minus 2k, something like this. Okay, they ask, show whether ABC are coplanar or non-coplanar, verify or find. Okay, now I'm going to discuss two ways. One method is, if they are really coplanar, I should be able to write C bar equal to lambda A bar plus mu B bar. So what is C bar? I plus 3j minus k equal to lambda into what is A bar? 3i plus 4j plus 7k and mu into 2i minus 9j plus 4k. All right. Now I can compare coefficients. If I compare I coefficients, I'll get 1 here, here I'll get 3 lambda, there I'll get 2 mu. Here 3, here 4 lambda minus 9 mu. Okay. This is minus 1, this is 7 lambda, this is 4 mu. I'll get 3 equations. But how many unknowns I have? Only 2. So I don't need 3 equations to find lambda and mu. 2 is sufficient for me. So solve these 2, you will get lambda and mu. And that lambda and mu substitute in this. They may satisfy, they may not satisfy. If the lambda mu that you got by solving these two, if they satisfy this, then these 3 vectors are coplanar. If the lambda and mu that you got this, they are not satisfying this, means they are not coplanar, because you are not able to find numbers lambda and mu satisfying this data. If you are able to find me, they are coplanar. Okay, one means I don't want to take this, then you have another option. Take L into this plus M into this plus N into this equal to 0. Equate I coefficients, will get one equation, equate J coefficient another equation, equate K coefficient another equation. We will get 3 equations, but constants are all 0 will come here, not 1, 3, minus 1, you will get zeros. 3 equations and 3 unknowns, L, M, N, we will not get element values, we will get L value and M value in terms of N. Okay. Again, after solving those two, they may not satisfy the third equation again. But best is whatever I told previously. Take simply the third vector or any one vector as lambda into one more vector plus mu into one more vector, 3 equations. Solve out of these 3 any 2, you will get lambda and mu, put it in the third equation. Then okay. Second method, it is very easy method, but how that method came, I will tell you later. Okay. What is that easy method is simply take the determinant of this. 3, 4, 7, 2, minus 9, 4, 1, 3, minus 2. Okay. If this that is 0, these 3 vectors are coplanar. What are these numbers? The coefficients of ijk. 3, 4, 7, 2, minus 9, 4, 1, 3, minus 2. If that is 0, they are coplanar. If that is non-zero, they are non-coplanar. They are not in one plane. Okay. In IP exam also, you can use this also, this also. One method is very easy. If I do this, will they give that 2 marks or 4 marks? Yeah, they will give. Let's say they give a 4 marks question. Verify whether these 3 vectors are coplanar or not. You just stated the formula and use this, and you found the det. If it is 0, you write coplanar. If it is non-zero, you write non-coplanar. Will they say just for finding that they will give 4 marks? Yes, they will give. Okay. But this formula will not be told in IP textbook in the beginning, because there is a proof of this which needs further knowledge. But I can give you some idea about it. Okay. Because in physics we learned something about vectors. That is the reason I am giving. Whenever 2 vectors are perpendicular, is the dot product 0? Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. And another thing, whenever you do cross product of 2 vectors, you will get one more vector? Yes, sir. Yes. Will that be perpendicular to both the original vectors? Yes, sir. That is the very definition, right? Okay. Now, let us say in a plane, okay, this is A bar. Sachna, you are still in online only, yeah? Why? Oh, you are hostel. Okay, fine. Let us say there is a plane containing A bar, B bar and C bar. They are coplanar. Okay. Now tell me, what is the direction of A cross B? Perpendicular to the board. Maybe into the board or outside the board, but anyway like this. But in fact it is away from the board if you do like that screw rule. Okay. So A cross B is perpendicular to the board. Is that A cross B perpendicular to C also? Yes, sir. A cross B is perpendicular to A and perpendicular to B. And not only that, it is perpendicular to the whole plane. And C bar is a vector in that plane. So can I write A cross B dot C is equal to 0? Yes. Okay. Instead of that, I can even write, if you want, A bar dot B cross C is also 0. Why? What is B cross C? Perpendicular to the board, and that is perpendicular to A. Right? So B cross C and A dot product is 0. But A dot B cross is exactly this only. Let us see why. How are you going to find cross product of B and C? We are going to take ijk, 2 minus 9, 4 and 1, 3 minus 2. You will get something into I, something into J, something into K. That's how we will find B cross C or not? Yes. Now if I have to do dot product with A, that is 3I plus 4J plus 7K. You will write 3 into this, 4 into this plus 7 into this now. That is as good as you remove I and write 3 there, remove J and write 4 there, remove K and write 7 there. That only or not? Am I correct? So remove ijk and write that 3, 4, 7. What is that? Exactly this only or not? Okay. So that is the reason. So basically this is actually our later topic. If you look at IP textbook, we have addition of vectors one chapter, dot product of vectors one topic, cross product of vectors, then triple product one topic will be there. What I am discussing is triple product. How many vectors are we multiplying? Three vectors are called triple product. Okay. In that also there are two types of triple product, scalar triple product and vector triple product. This is finally a number. This is a vector, this is a vector. When you do dot product, you will get a scalar number, real number. It is called scalar triple product. A dot B cross C formula is this determinant. A bar coefficient, B bar coefficient, C bar coefficient. Simplify, you will get a number that is only A dot B cross C. Whenever they are coplanar, A dot B cross C should be 0. Whenever they are not coplanar, A dot B cross C will not be 0. That's how this has come. If somebody has not understood this part, don't worry, but you can use it in the questions. Whenever you want to prove three vectors coplanar, just take the determinant equal to 0. If determinant is 0, they are coplanar, otherwise they are not coplanar. Okay. As I said, you don't have to write notes, it is already there in our mains middle synopsis, but you want to write it. I am not giving any statements what to write. You can write your own notes, running notes kind of thing if you want. Okay, this is not exactly connected to the theory, what I am going to ask, but I want to see whether some people can visualize something. I am making one statement, tell me whether correct or wrong. A bar, B bar, C bar, these three vectors, all of them are perpendicular to D bar. A bar is perpendicular to D bar, B bar is also perpendicular to D bar, C bar is also perpendicular to D bar. That is the data given. From this, can I conclude that ABC must be in one plane? They must be coplanar. No. Okay. No. Okay. They may be perpendicular to each other, may not, but I don't care about it. But A is perpendicular to given, B is perpendicular to D, C is perpendicular to D. These two angle between them can be 30 degrees, 10 degrees, can be 90 also, not an issue. When you want to change your answer, Lokeshwar, okay. ABC, each one of them individually perpendicular to D bar. Okay. These three, will they be in one plane? Okay. Anybody want to say confidently yes? Okay. Okay. Anybody want to say confidently no? All right. Anybody want to say I am not confident but I am more towards no? All right. Okay. Anybody is not so confident but they are more towards yes? Okay. All others are 50-50, I guess. All right. Either the yes also they are 50% sure, no also they are 50% sure. Okay. Let me explain the question to you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let us say this blue marker is a D bar. Okay. A is perpendicular to that. Okay. You can see they are perpendicular, right? Okay. All right. B is here. Okay. Let us B is here. B is also perpendicular, but a little. Okay. Fine. There is some angle between them, right? Okay. I will not be able to hold all of them. Okay. We need some other kind of hands. Okay. And the C bar is somewhat like this, let us say, or even here. Okay. Let us say this is D. What is this? This is A and this is B, and C you can imagine somewhere here. Okay. Are you able to see that A bar is also perpendicular to D bar, B bar is also perpendicular to D bar, and C bar is also perpendicular to D bar. Now tell me whether the three vectors ABs are in one plane or not. Why are you saying coplanar, Lokeshwar or Sachinarna? Yes, we can move vectors, that's the point. If C bar is here, can't I slide it down and bring it here? And if B bar is here, can't I move it down? Now you can see they are all in one plane, right? Okay. Another way to understand this question is, let us say this is D bar, okay? Anything perpendicular to D bar has to be on this board, okay? If D bar is perpendicular to the board, A bar can be here, B bar can be here, C bar can be here among all these vectors. So perpendicular to D bar, there are infinite vectors, but all of them are here only. Or you can move parallel to them. Okay, so you call this is A bar, you call this is B bar, you call this is C bar, or you may call movement of that is B bar and move this somewhere C bar, doesn't matter. So among these, one of them is A bar, one of them is B bar, one of them is C bar, they are coplanar. All right. Anyway, just theory. I just want to check whether you are able to visualize or not, but otherwise don't worry. It's not a next theory or something here. Okay. You might have done this in 3D geometry, but still I want to ask. Okay. Yeah, I actually use this in what I'm discussing quite a bit. You used in 3D geometry. I'll tell you why. Let us see if somebody remembers this. Is this formula is there in IP? Must be there. Yeah. There is a plane passing through point x1, y1, z1. It is parallel to one line with DRs L1, M1, N1. It is parallel to another line with DCs L2, M2, N2. The equation of this plane formula is x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, L1, M1, N1, L2, M2, N2 equal to 0. Do you remember reading some formula like this anytime before? Okay. Okay. How did we this one has come? Anybody knows? In 3D geometry, 3D planes in IP or in this. Okay. How it came is very simple. Any other plane, any other point in this plane, you take it as x, y, z. Join to this. What are the direction ratios of this? X minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1. Correct, no? Yes. When three vectors are coplanar, just now we studied, the determinant should be 0, na? That's all. These are determinant. This is as good as L1i plus M1j plus N1k. This is as good as L2i plus M2j plus N2k. And this vector is as good as x1 minus x into I, y1 minus y into j, z minus z1 into k. When three vectors are coplanar, just now I said the that should be 0. That's how it has come. Okay. So that is the relation between vectors and 3D. Any question in vectors can be asked in 3D form, or any question in 3D form can be asked in vector form, especially when you talk about equation of plane and line. We are going to revise 3D geometry fully after this vector algebra is over. Okay. There is a topic called 3D lines, which was not discussed for you in 3D geometry. Only up to 3D planes it is discussed. After finishing vectors, we will do 3D lines. In that, even vectors and 3D put together, same thing will come. Okay, we will discuss in detail. Okay, anyway, just I am reminding of this. Forget about this. Okay, in 3D geometry or even in vectors, how to show 4 points are coplanar. You take in this, I made this statement yesterday, I am just repeating. If you take any two vectors, they are always coplanar. You take three vectors, they may or may not be coplanar. Coming to points, any 2 points are always collinear. And any 3 points, they may not be collinear, they may be collinear, but they lie in a plane. You take any 3 points in space, they will form a triangle. That means there is a plane containing them. Okay. But if you take 4 points, they may be coplanar, may not be coplanar. For example, if point A is here, point B is here, point C is here, point D is on this board, it is coplanar with ABC. If it is outside the board, it is not coplanar. Okay. So now, instead of giving any figure and all, they tell position vector of A is I plus 2j plus 3k, position vector of B is 2i plus 3j plus 5k, position vector of C is some 9i minus 2j minus k, something like this. And position vector of D is some I plus 3z plus 4k, something like that. Whether they are coplanar or not. Whenever they ask about 4 points, whether they are coplanar or not, is very simple. You take any one of them and join to other 3. Because where is origin, we don't know. Origin may be here, and this is OA bar, this is OB bar, this is OC bar, and this is OD bar. Whether OA, OB, OC, OD, those vectors are coplanar, we don't have to worry. Okay. You find AB bar. How will you find AB bar, OB bar? OB bar minus OA bar. You find AC bar, OC minus OA. And you find AD bar, OD minus OA. If these 3 vectors are coplanar, the 4 points will be coplanar. Okay. If AB bar, AC bar, AD bar are coplanar, points A, B, C will be coplanar. One may say, why should I take A only? I want to take D. You take it. Somebody can connect D to A, D to B, and D to C. You take DA bar, DB bar, and DC bar. If they are coplanar, the 4 points A, B, C, D are also coplanar. One may say, why should I connect from one point to another? I will connect A to B, then B to C, then C to D. That also no problem. If AB bar, BC bar, and CD bar are coplanar, the points A, B, C, D are coplanar. Okay. So whenever you want to check 4 points coplanarity, connect the points and identify 3 vectors. Okay. And don't say I'll identify A, B, B, C, C, A. No, you have to use all the 4 points. Okay. If you take A, B, B, C, C, A, definitely they're coplanar because you are not using D, right? Okay. So you can take A, B, B, C, and B, D also you can take instead of C, D. Somebody can take A, B, B, C, and B, D, something like that. Connecting them, lot of vectors are there, right? Okay. What is that? When you connect A, B, C, D, total how many line segments are possible? 6, right? Out of that you can take any 3, but all 4 points should be used. All right. If those 3 vectors are coplanar, these 4 points are coplanar. Okay. Now one may say, okay, I found really AB bar, OB minus OA, and I got it as I minus 9J plus 2K. And BC bar I found, let us say AC bar I found, OC minus OA, which is 2I plus 3J plus K. And I found AD bar that came some I minus J plus 4K. How will you verify whether they are coplanar or not? What is the method? Det equal to 0. Okay. If you don't want to use det, what is the other method? You try to write. Yeah, any one of them. Let us say you can start with AB bar also and write lambda times AC bar plus mu times AD bar. Compare. Yeah. Compare I coefficients, we'll get one equation, compare J coefficient, one equation, compare K coefficient, another equation, 3 equations, but only 2 unknowns. Okay. So solve any 2, get lambda and mu, put it in the third one. Okay. Because it is lengthy, okay, we are not generally, we don't use it. We generally go for determinant. But you should know that method is also there. Okay. Now I am going to ask one question. If somebody is not able to get idea, don't worry. But let us see if you can get an idea. Okay. Just 1 minute. Before explaining this, you have some question in 3D geometry like this, that 1, 2, 3 and 5, 9, 7 and 3, 4, 5 and some other, okay, let's say minus 2, 9, 3. Okay. The line joining these two and the line joining these two, are they intersecting or not? Do you have any such question in 3D geometry? Or find the point of intersection of line joining these two and line joining these two. You have some question like this. Okay. So there, if you remember, really assume that these are first 2 points and these are next 2 points, and assume that this point will divide these two in the ratio lambda is to 1. This point will divide this in the ratio mu is to 1, and then apply section formula for these two, apply section formula for these two, equate the 2 points of intersection. Again, you will get 3 equations, but 2 unknowns. You solve 2 equations, you will get lambda and mu, put it in the third equation. They satisfy, they are intersecting, otherwise not. But the solution became a little complicated, and I gave you this idea. Instead of lambda is to 1, you take lambda is to 1 minus lambda. Instead of mu is to 1, assume this point will divide in the ratio mu is to 1 minus mu. Okay. And then I said find this point by section formula, find this point by section formula for these two. You will not have any denominators in the section formula because this plus this is 1, this plus this is 1. Now equating will be easier, we will get. Of course, instead of that, I think Chandrared had told you about what is 3D line equation. You really found this line equation, you really found this line equation in 3D form and tried to solve the point of intersection, but it can be managed like this. Okay. And I am just reminding you of here something, I will get back to that if we use it, but let us see. Okay, now I am not going to give points coordinates. I have 4 points in space. 4 points in space. Okay, the 4 points may be coplanar, may not be coplanar, I don't know. But I know one thing. Capital A, B, C, D. The position vector of A is A bar, position vector of this is B bar, position vector of this is C bar, position vector of this is D bar. And I know 7A bar plus 6B bar, 7A bar minus 6B bar plus 2B bar minus, sorry, this is C, plus 3D bar equal to 0. Okay. Somebody gave me that the position vector of point A bar, position vector of point B bar, position vector of point C bar, position vector of point D bar satisfies this equation. Just based on this, can I tell that the points A, B, C, D, are coplanar? Till now we were talked about vectors being coplanar, not in detail about points being coplanar. But let us see if somebody can come up with an explanation. Just from this statement, I can prove that A, B, C, D are coplanar. How? Well, the sum of its coefficients is 0. Yes, sum of the coefficients is 0. Good that you noticed that. Okay. Okay, let us say we can prove coplanar. Something more than coplanar I can ask you. What is that? Let us say point A is here, point C is here, point B is here, point D is here. Okay. Okay, I'll write this side. Sorry, I'll keep adjusting it. Okay. Let us say point A is here, point C is here, point B is here, point D is here, and the two lines are intersecting. Now, can I say these 4 points are coplanar? And there is also a point of intersection? Okay. From this statement, not only I can prove they are coplanar, I can tell you this point of intersection will divide AC in what ratio? It will divide BD in what ratio? I will be able to tell it just from this statement. Let us see if somebody gets an idea about it. Yes. ABC will form a triangle, okay. No, it's not that. Okay, we don't know what is this length, we don't know. Okay. And I have not given you A bar in Isaac A form and all that. If I tell, you will say it is very easy. That's why I'm waiting. I'm not telling. Okay. Anybody can tell. Very easy thing. You can get idea. You can easily prove that AC. Question I should repeat. Small a bar, small b bar, small c bar, small d bar are position vectors of points capital A, capital B, capital B, capital D. That means if origin is somewhere, OA bar is A bar. Can you see there? Yeah. OB bar is B bar and OC bar is C bar and OD bar is D bar. Okay. Now, I want just from this statement, I want you to prove that the 4 points A, B, C, D are coplanar. But not that, I am asking much more. The line joining A and C and the line joining B and D will intersect. And not only we can intersect, we can find what is this point. We can tell this point divides A and C in what ratio. This point will divide B and D in what ratio. All that can be told. And after that, proving coplanar is just nothing. It can be easily proved. So I am asking, will you be able to tell anything related to this? You want to tell what is this point of intersection, or in what ratio this is dividing AC and in what ratio it is dividing BD? Yes. Each time I will not equate it to 0 because they are not vectors, they are position vectors. You cannot say 7 should be 0, minus 6 should be 0, that is meaningless, right? I will give you one hint. You already know the hint, it is section formula. Somewhere or other you can use section formula. Yes. Yes. What is your name? Nitin. Nitin. Initial? Mithin. All right. Round number 59, huh? 59. No. All right. Yeah. You send this one to that side, this one to that side. You'll get 7a bar plus 2c bar equal to 6b bar plus 3d bar. 7 plus 2 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. Right? So I will divide with 9. And this 9 I will write 7 plus 2 and this 9 I will write 6 plus 3. What will you see here? This is position vector of a point dividing A and C in the ratio 2 is to 7. Okay, 2 here, 7 here. This is a position vector of some other point dividing B and D in the ratio 3 is to 6. But those 2 points must be same. This is a point somewhere on line joining A and C. This is a point somewhere a line joining B and D, but both are equal. If you call this as P, OP bar is this also, this also. This is a point dividing AC line segment in the ratio 2:7. This is a point dividing BD line segment in the ratio 3:6. That's it. So now, not only I can easily tell they are coplanar now, right? Okay, because two lines are intersecting means the four corners of the two line segments are coplanar, not just coplanar. I am able to tell this. Okay. I'll tell you one question right here only. It's a difficult question in geometry, but very easy by vectors. I'll show you what is that. I have to just adjust for these people to do. Okay, fine. Look at this. I have a quadrilateral like this. Okay, some quadrilateral. Let me draw problem first. Yeah. Yeah. Total, I drawn four lines. You can see that. Okay. Total, I drawn four lines. I'll call this as A, this as B, this as C, this as D. Okay. And I'll connect A and C diagonal and BD diagonal. I'll call that as P, and I'll tell you this is 2:7 ratio. This is 3:6 ratio. Okay. Now I'll ask you, this point is Q. Q will divide AB in what ratio? Q will divide CD in what ratio? It is obviously externally, but we will be able to tell. Or I will extend these two lines, they will intersect R. Okay. R divides AD in what ratio? Or R divides BC in what ratio? See, in this question, anything vectors is there? No, no. I can ask this in 9th class or something, 10th class in geometry, right? Okay, but it's very difficult to do in geometry. Possible to do it, but you have to know particular which way to do it. Okay, but this question is exactly this question. Okay, so now I am extending this. Just now I asked you this. This point is dividing these two in what ratio? These two in what ratio? Let us see if somebody can come up with and tell if this AB and CD are extended and meeting at Q. Can you tell Q divides AB in what ratio and DC in what ratio? Based on the same equation. Because this data is same as this data, I did not change it. Okay. If you can tell this 2 and 7, this 6 and 3, you can also tell this. Let us see if somebody is able to tell. One is to one. An external point cannot divide AB in the ratio 1:1. It cannot divide 1:-1 also. Then QA and QB length should be equal. It is not possible. Yes, correct. Why to bring A and C one side? You can bring A and B one side, C and D another side, no? Where is that? Is it visible for these people? Yes. Write 7A bar minus 6B bar one side and other to that side minus 2C plus 3D. What is 7 minus 6? 1. What is 3 minus 2? 1. So here I will divide with 1, here I will divide with 1 and write this as 7 minus 6 and this as 3 minus 2 or minus 2 plus 3, whatever it is. Let me write this is 3D bar minus 2C bar by 3 minus 2. Now tell me, this is some point on the line joining AB, this is some point on the line joining CD, but they are meeting at one point, means they are intersecting, and that is Q then. Okay. So Q divides AB what ratio based on this? 6:7 externally. Okay. So my figure may not be exactly right. Q may be here than here. That means they may be like this. Why? QA should be 6 units and QB should be 7 units. How that is possible? Understand now? So most probably, okay. I think I should draw. I'll just change the figure slightly. Okay. Yes. Glare. Okay. All right. Online people, are you able to see or are you able to see glare or you are able to manage? Okay. So you don't want to be written here. Okay. Okay. I should draw like this and then like this, where this is A, this is D, this is B, and this is C, and this is AC, and this is BD, and this I called P, and based on this is 2 here, 7 here, and 3 here, 6 here. Now this is Q I am talking about, and most probably R is here. Okay. Q lies on AB also, Q lies on DC also. So this is a point lying on AB, this is a point lying on DC, that equal means it's point of intersection of AB and DC, which is Q. So I can equate this to OQ bar straight away. And based on this, I can tell Q divides AB external in the ratio 6:7. From here to here 6 parts, and from here to here 7 parts. Okay. Same Q will divide CD in what ratio? 2:3 externally. Okay, right? But it will divide DC. 2 into C means this should be 3 parts and this should be 2 parts. It's quite possible. Yeah. So this is 6, this is 1, total is 7. This is 2, this is 1, total is 3. That's fine. Now let us in the same logic that somebody can tell, you extend AD and BC, they will meet at R. R will divide AD in what ratio and BC in what ratio? Yeah. So now I have to bring which one? A and D one side. Yeah. So 7A bar minus 3D bar equal to 6B minus 2C. 7 minus 3 is 4, 6 minus 2 is 4. So by 7 minus 3, by 6 minus 2. This is a point on line joining AD. This is a point on line joining BC. Okay. So AD and BC where they're intersecting is this. And this should divide AD in the ratio 3:7. Yeah. This should be 3 parts and this should be 7 parts. 3 here, 4 here. Total will be 7. Similarly, this should divide BC in the ratio 2:6. This should be 2 parts, this should be 6 parts. So 2 here, 4 here, total 6. Okay. So you see, it is a very pure geometry question that you drawn a quadrilateral and okay, you said this ratio is some 9:5, this ratio is some 2:3. Now you are extended these two. Now you are asking this point will divide this side in what ratio, this side in what ratio. Okay. By pure geometry, it should be done because it's a pure geometry question. But by vectors, it is just like that we can manage. But for all these things, the most important thing is sum of all these things should be 0. Okay? Because then only the sum of these two, and when you send these two, the sum of these two will be same, so that I can divide and I can use. Okay. So I am telling all this. These themselves are questions. Okay. Later on, may not be there in IPR mains. Maybe you'll find in advanced material where we can use these techniques. But I want to convey a point. Yesterday we said this point that 3 points, okay, they may not be collinear. If you want them to be collinear, you should be able to find 3 numbers LA bar plus MB bar, NC bar such a way that L plus M plus N is 0. Then only you can say the point A bar, point B bar, point C bar are collinear. Today I want to make this point that LA bar plus MB bar plus NC bar plus PD bar equal to 0 bar. Okay. And L plus M plus N plus P equal to 0 bar. Those are 0. They are numbers only, not 0 bar. Okay. Then, if you are, whenever 4 points are there in space, you can identify 4 numbers so that their combination is 0 bar and the sum of all these 4 numbers is 0. Then you can conclude the points with position vectors A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar, 4 points in space, they are actually coplanar. Okay. How to prove is very simple. I want to discuss 2 proofs. Your class up to 3:15 only, yeah? Yes, sir. Okay. So I'll discuss now, but tomorrow I'll give the proof. You can write it tomorrow, the proper statement with the proof. Like yesterday we proved something. But I want to explain 2 ways. If this is given to you, send these to that side now. You will get LA bar plus MB bar equal to NC bar with minus PD bar. Here you divide with L plus M, that is same as minus N minus P. Okay. Now we can say this is some point on the line joining AB, this is some point on the line joining CD. Okay. So they are intersecting. Another method is only in the place of P, I will substitute minus L, minus M, minus N based on this. Okay. Combine this and this together, we will get L into A bar minus D bar. Combine this and this, we will get M into B bar minus D bar. Combine this and this, we will get N into C bar minus D bar equal to 0 bar. OA bar minus OD bar I can write. dA bar. This is OA bar, this is OD bar. So this is L into dA bar, M into dB bar, and N into dC bar equal to 0. Okay. Today only I was making the statement that if three vectors are there, one number into first vector, one number into second vector, one number into third vector, if you are able to get 0 bar, means these three vectors are coplanar, because you are able to write one vector as a combination of other two, right? Okay. If dA bar, dB bar, dC bar are coplanar, the points D, A, B, C are coplanar. I asked this question, how will you prove 4 points coplanar? Join one point to all other three. So here we join D to A, D to B, and D to C. Okay. So tomorrow I'll give the proper statement for this. Both ways also will prove it. Okay, because if I write now, last minute will be left, maybe we'll complete whatever it is. With that, the theory is over mostly. Only equation of line and all I have to discuss. Okay. Otherwise, doing the questions is very, very easy. We will not do questions, but just let us look at the questions. Take page number 5 in your mains material if you have. Okay. Very first question. They gave three vectors. They want us to first of all find A minus 2B plus 3C. Can you find A minus 2B plus 3C? Yes. Okay. Now they want a unit vector in that direction. How will you convert, let us say, after doing A minus 2B plus 3C, let us say you got 4I minus J plus K. It is not a unit vector. How will you convert into unit vector? Divide with the magnitude. Okay. And magnitude of AI plus BJ plus CK is square root of A square plus B square plus C square. Okay. Divide with that. But they don't want the final vector to be in the same direction as this. It should be in the opposite direction. Multiply minus. When you multiply minus, you will change the direction. That's very simple, right? Okay. Second question. They want lambda such that A plus lambda B is parallel to C. You can really find A plus lambda B. You can really find C in terms of IJK. After the two vectors are parallel or not, how will you check? Coefficient ratio should be same. I coefficient ratio equal to J coefficient ratio equal to K coefficient ratio. We'll get it. Third one, you have to show three. They gave 3 points with position vectors. What they gave you are not vectors; they are position vectors of 3 points. You have to prove them that they are collinear. You have to find value of A. How will you check whether 3 points are collinear or not? No, 3 points collinear, that is 0 is not there in vectors. Okay, that is for 3 vectors to be coplanar, that is there. Okay. Here also better to join them. Let's say one of them is OA bar, one of them is OB bar, one of them is OC bar. You can find AB bar and AC bar. If AB and AC are parallel or AB and BC are parallel, then that, for example, in 2D geometry, when 3 points are given ABC, how do you prove they are collinear? You will find slope of AB, slope of BC. If they are equal, they are collinear, right? Okay. In the same way here, find AB bar, find BC bar. If AB and BC are parallel, the points ABC are collinear, right? Okay. Because B is a common point. We cannot have AB here, BC here. That is not meaningless, because B is here simultaneously. How? That is only possible. So when you proved AB and BC are parallel, you proved points ABC are collinear. It is as good as equating slope of AB equal to slope of BC. Of course, this question is more easy. I'll tell you why. You can convert this into a 2D geometry question. If you remove I and J, tell me what is the first vector representing which point? 60, 3. What is the second point representing? 40, minus 8. Third point is representing A, minus 52. You can do by 2D geometry method also. Find slope of AB, slope of BC. Because K is not there, you are able to do that. If K is not there, you have to do like this only. Okay, fourth question. Yes, somebody is asking something online. Nothing. Okay. Fourth question, they gave points with the position vectors. They are asking which kind of triangle it is. Okay. They gave you OA bar, OB bar, and OC bar. How will you find lengths of the sides of the triangle? If I give position vectors of the vertices?
So we can transform them into geometric points and find the distance.
Yeah, you can take 3D geometry. First point is 1, 2, 1. Second point is 2 comma 3 comma 4. Third point is 4 comma 5 comma 10, and use the distance formula in 3D. Almost same. AB bar is a side, and how will you find AB bar? OB minus OA, and find magnitude of that, you'll get AB length. As good as distance formula only again. You only find BC bar another side, OC minus OB, find magnitude of that, which is as good as finding distance between B and C. You really find all the three lengths, and then you can know which kind of triangle it is. Let us see if somebody can tell how to do fifth question. With this, we'll stop. Read the question carefully. They gave sides of the triangle. Okay. Let us say somebody gave you this vector, not position vector of a point. They directly gave this vector, this much magnitude, this direction. They gave you this vector. They have not given you this. And they asked you perimeter of this triangle, length. How will you find? Yes. Magnitude of this directly will give you this side length. Magnitude of this will directly give this side length. Add this plus this, will get this vector in this direction. Find the magnitude of that, you'll get this length. Add all the three lengths, you will get the perimeter. Okay. Okay. So that's what I said earlier. For doing the questions, lot of theory that I told you are not going to use it. You will just do it. Okay. But for some places, why are we doing it? Some theory is required. Okay. So listen. Mains material, all the questions we'll do in the class. We'll do together. If somebody wants to do ahead, you do it and bring the notes to the class. Tomorrow I may not teach much. I'll just try the questions. After 10-15 minutes, I'll clarify the doubts together. But all mains questions we are going to do in the class tomorrow after telling a little bit more theory. If you want to do it on your own, IP first exercise, you can do it on your own in IP homework book. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. Our maths work session, that 115 to 215 work session, I think it is on the next Monday only, I think, if I remember correctly, I'll check it. Okay. On the work session time, I will come. That day also I can discuss doubts. Okay. Apart from our regular class. Okay. Thank you.